When you are not in a relationship, nobody is pricing your market. But immediately you start a relationship, all your crushes, all your specs, they will start showing up.
Is it wrong to like fine guys?
Emphasis on the clean guy. You see that word, clean guy?
Clean guy.
What makes a guy clean?
Like Uzoma is like a chick to me. He's not. He's like my sister.
Okay, let me.
It's that time of the year where we focus on our love lives, our emotional balance, our relational equity as a group of people at the Elevation Church. We call it Living and Loving. For this year's series, we've tagged it Love Solid. And I have with me today on this podcast singles. Well, some of them are single and still searching. Some are single and engaged, or single and occupied, unavailable. But whatever way you want to look at it, my main quest today is to find out why they are still single. Because I know some of them are a bit of the upper middle class, age-wise. And I just want to know why they're not married yet. What are the issues that singles are grappling with today? And what are the things that what are the gaps in their understanding about singlehood, and how to put that concerted effort to make the transition between being single and being married. So it's just going to be a free-flow discussion, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to infuse some measure of knowledge that will make this worth your while. So guys, you're welcome to the podcast.
Thank you,
PG.
All right. So where do we start from? Why are you still single? Why are you not married?
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Wow, now you guys realize that it's ladies first.
Okay, so since I'm in charge, I'm going to turn this around and turn it around a bit. So guys, when you eventually get married, see all these ladies first thing. When it comes to who calls the shots, you say, I'm the man. So let's start practicing that from now. So I'll start with you, Martins.
Okay.
Martins, by the way, Martins, what do you do?
I'm a production expert, multimedia, photographer, light, sound, anything that has to do with
audio
production, audio visual.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, with your hair, we know you look like a creative.
I'm just a creative person.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So why are you still single with all your creativity?
Well, if I have the capacity to create a wife for myself, I will have done it. So I don't think it's my fault that I'm still single. Because I have done everything humanly possible. There's something, we normally say when you have done everything humanly possible, but it did not work out. So I don't think it's my fault.
You're trying to say now that you getting a wife has to be a miracle. As in, it's just, it has to be God.
Well,
you say you have done everything.
I believe that everything
because
life.
People are just laughing at you right now because they feel like you are not just taking responsibility. They say you have done everything humanly possible with all the big babes and fine girls in Lagos, at your office, in your church, and everywhere, and you're saying you have done everything humanly possible.
PG, quantity does not determine availability.
Wow.
To the fact that we have too many birds on air doesn't mean eagles are readily available like that. So we may have
So you're
plenty.
saying that you're looking for eagles.
Well,
because I don't understand.
Because
is it a woman you want to marry or
PG,
eagle you want to
there are plenty women everywhere, but wives are scarce.
Okay.
So what I'm looking for is my own wife, not every woman.
Okay.
So
okay, let's if we stay with Martin, we won't leave here today. But Martin is a typology of a single man. The ones who feel like maybe they have certain specs, they have an expectation, and everything has to fit in before they can get married and all. So, well, you're just a typology. So let me move fast and let's just, you know, try to bridge it. So let me go to one of the ladies and then I'll come to the last man standing. Okay, Zelia.
Yes, sir.
Why are you still single?
Okay, I'll say I'm single for one main reason. I don't know how to date. So that's been one of the biggest questions in my head. How do you date? So a lot of information.
By the way, I didn't introduce you properly.
Okay.
But let me just ask first, what do you do, Zelia?
Okay, I'm a communications professional. So I do brands and product communication and marketing. That's basically what I do.
And from if I can guess, I mean, or from what I know, you're in your 30s.
Yes, I'm 35.
Okay. Martin, I hope you're not over 40 yet.
Elder Martin. I'm in my 30s. I usually say I'm under 18. No, I'm 18 plus. I'm 18 plus.
No, but for the purpose of this podcast, you have to come clean.
I should say my age.
I'm not saying you have to say your age, but you're in your 30s. So
yes, sir.
All that,
I'm not close to 40 at all.
All those 18 plus, stop it. But those are the things you're using to encourage yourself to stay single, and it's not working.
I'm not 40. I'm not close to 40, sir.
Okay, let's go to Zelia. So Zelia, you said the issue is that you're struggling with dating, or you don't know how to date.
Yes. So in my family, I'm the first girl, right? And there was no clear picture as to what actual dating looked like for me. So everything, about my dating life has been an experiment. And I already know I've been doing it wrong, which is why right now I've taken a pause. But the question still remains, how do you date? I have no idea how to be in a when you say you are in a real relationship. I don't know what it looks like. Guy meets girl, what's next? I have no idea how that should flow. So I think that's been what has made my dating experience to be shaky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before I go to the next person, I just want to throw a question back to you based on what you said. Does that mean that generally speaking you struggle with friendship?
So I'm an introverted person, even though everyone else, everybody would have something else to say. So I'm outspoken, but I like to keep to myself. Yeah. So in terms of friendship, I can count the number of friends I have in my palm. So I would say yes, kinda, because I find it very easy to just shank people and move on. If that's a word, yeah. So I'll say yes.
So we're going to come back to that. Let's keep that, somewhere. I'm going to come back to that because you raised a very serious issue, which I believe a lot of singles are, grappling with, which is how do you sustain a dating relationship? How do you even start one? And how do you sustain one? For you, from what you said, it may not really look like you struggle to start one, or maybe you struggle to keep one.
Yes.
Because you are outspoken, though you are reserved. But all right. So we're going to come back to that. Bros, introduce yourself.
All right, thank you, PG. Okay, my name is Uzoma King, and I'm a mathematician and a media expert, and I'm more into motion and design. Yeah. So
you do motion graphics and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. So why are you still single?
PG. Okay, first of all, I'm in a relationship and it's quite new. It's just a few months. And but if I'm to go back to why I'm single up to this time, I would say for me, first of all, I usually have low expectations of people. Like when I meet you, I have my expectations are okay, let me see. And I earn my trust with time. And I feel like a lot of ladies I meet, a lot of them are not intentional. A lot of them don't know exactly what they want. So I feel like that has affected me somehow.
So when you meet a lady, at what point do you conclude that this lady, it looks like she doesn't know what she wants?
Yeah, at the point when we start talking about what's your plan? Sometimes when I pop that question, how do you see yourself in the next 5 years, or how do you see yourself in the next 3 years? What type of family are you looking at? The type of responses I get is usually very, very materialistic, very, very,
So are you
yeah,
asking this
that kind.
question to a lady that you are dating or that you are just meeting?
So I've had this question
Because the
with a
kind of
lady.
answer you will get
Yes,
depends on where you are in the spectrum.
yes,
Ladies are usually more open when they found you trustworthy.
Yes.
Yes.
Because nobody just wants to share their future with you just for the asking.
yes.
Yeah.
So PG, I've had a relationship where I've been with a lady for about a year, and I noticed that when it comes to being ambitious, like, it's one part that is lacking in her. You know, whenever I bring this question of, okay, what's the next thing? Where are we going next? Like, tell me your plan. What are your plans? You know, I usually get this watered down, I just want to be a housewife thing. I just want to just raise children. I just want to be, you're not ambitious. There's no goal. Like, I don't see that goal, that
Just
ginger,
want to
that
relax
energy to.
and
You
But
just
that's
want
not
to.
bad now.
You just want to be
That's
there.
that's a
And for
goal.
me,
That's a calling.
for me, it looks like, when I like looking at myself, my future, the kind of the plan I have for myself. I feel like the woman that will be beside me,
Yeah.
will be someone that is also doing her own thing in that space, supporting, and we are both
But
growing together. Not one person is
there's
growing
a way
and
you can also internalize this or verbalize it in a way that the woman thinks that you want an Olympic medalist, somebody that is always running, climbing, jumping, just want to achieve everything, like you are preparing for the Olympics.
well, PG, first of all, I would say I wouldn't say I've been perfect in all my relationship, but I wouldn't say I've always asked this question the right way. So of course, some part of it is maybe the way I've asked it or the way I've approached it might be wrong. But in my head, I'm not looking for a gold or like a medalist when it comes to relationship, right? That's not what I'm looking for.
From what you've said now, because I want to move to this beautiful lady on my right hand side. But from what you said now, there are two things I picked out of it. One is that the timing of your question, because I'm really finding it difficult to believe what you're saying, that one of the reasons why you are still single and you just went into a relationship maybe like a few months ago is because ladies are not giving you the right kind of response, or that they are not ambitious enough, or they just want to be hangers on you, and all. Because I meet a lot of extremely driven ladies consistently, young ladies, around me who are very driven and all that. So it may be like either the wrong timing of asking that question or the way and manner you ask the question. Because there's a way you can ask me a question that even if I'm digging you before, the way you ask the question,
Be
I
like,
just want to just chase you away.
Yeah.
If you ask it from a point of view of, maybe you are not rating me, you just, you get what I'm saying. I can just zoom out. So we'll come back to that also.
Okay.
Simi, it's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
What did you say?
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Simi, and I'm a ministry intern at the Elevation Church. I'm currently in the journey of deploying my ministerial gifts to serve the kingdom of God.
Okay, so you are at least the only minister on set today.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I ordinarily, just looking at you, somebody would have thought maybe you are,
A model.
maybe a model, something like
Okay.
that. All right. So, I don't know what kind of comment the guys that are watching I will be making. Let's leave that. But why are you still single?
Simi, why still single? Okay, so PG, frankly, well, I asked myself that many times. I know the answer, I think. The two answers I've been able to, the two things I've been able to boil down to is, one, I'm not intentional about dating. Sometimes I forget to date. and that's because I'm just too much self-involved, or too much involved in the things I want to do, or the things I'm doing, or the things I want to achieve, and I forget to date. I just think it's just me and another person in my family. And then the other reason is because I do get into different relationships, but I have a very low tolerance for, I don't want to use the word bullshit, but rubbish, basically. So when I get things that when I get soaked into situations that probably I don't like, and I just can't.
So you have zero tolerance for nonsense. That's what you're saying, and it means you don't cut people with a lot of slack. You just okay. So obviously there's an issue there, because if you're going to be in a relationship that will last, you have to be willing to tolerate people. You know, I tell people that if you can't take nonsense, you cannot remain married. The people who cannot, because in life the way it is that there's some people that you should be able to you know, just cut them some slack. I'm not saying you have to continue to take nonsense from them, but there's some people that it's just, if you keep working out, you may not be able to get to where you're going in life. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. If you've been on a career path for a while, you realize that the people who will lead you, like a line manager, your boss, they won't always be perfect. You have to be able to cut them some slack. Sometimes they're knuckleheads. You still have to work with them, you still have to cope with them for the sake of your career. It's the same thing when it comes to relationships. There's nobody that is perfect all around. The thing is that we have to judge people not based on where they are, but where they can be.
Yeah.
Based on their potentials, not essentially their reality. And apart from that, is that it is when I cut the person some slack and believe in them despite their inadequacy that they can reciprocate the same. Yeah, because there's a possibility of having a myopic view of the person and a very robust view of myself, whereas I'm not really who I think I am too, because from what you said now, it's possible that you are quite short fused. Okay, she agreed. And that in itself is an issue, because not everybody can cope with a short fused person too. So the same way you can just, your fuse can blow easily, is the same way somebody can also say, look, I can't cope with this person. So I'm just saying, and for the sake of a single person watching this, to say, look, don't just judge people based on who they are and where they are, because if they're working on themselves, they can make a lot of progress within a short time. And you may have walked away thinking this is who this person is, and the truth is that you can't keep walking away. All right, so let's go back to Zelia. Zelia,
Yes,
you were talking about keeping dating relationships or sustaining a dating relationship. It's my personal opinion that a dating relationship is an offshoot of our capacity to build friendship. So, Uzoma, what has been your own experience? At least you're in a relationship now, and you have been dating, and then you are now in a relationship. What's been sustaining the months that you've had?
PG, so in this period, it's a period of learning, right? Unlearning, unlearning things and learning new things, because I see a lot of shortcomings from my own end. The shortcomings I see from my side is being intentional with the actual dating. Like, sometimes I can just neglect and say, okay, I've called in the morning, if I don't call later, like, you have, like, being intentional from my own end. So there are a lot of things I'm trying to unlearn some things to, like, I don't care, I don't send attitude, like, okay, if you don't talk to me or if you do something bad, I don't apologize, I'll just keep you one side. So there are a lot of new things, learning new things. I think that willingness, showing that you're learning, showing that, okay, you're ready to improve, I think that has kept us going.
So you are open to learning
Yes.
and unlearning,
Yes.
and you're not quick to discountenance or dismiss our mistakes or our error, and yours too, just being a little more intentional by the day. You feel as being all right. So does any other person, do you have anything to tell Zelia about this issue of sustaining? Yeah, I know you're not in a relationship, but doesn't mean that you don't know how to date. So
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. No, not you. I'm talking about Martin.
So PG, I've dated several times,
You have dated and you have been outdated.
so I've gathered experience. So and the reason why I said it wasn't my fault that I'm still single, because the first ever relationship I had that lasted longer, I think 2 years. I actually proposed, in getting to point of getting married, but babe at the end, at the middle of the road, became afraid, fear setting, and I just felt that after everything, the research and my inquiring from her is that, there's a lot of option for her. And I tell ladies this, even guys, when you are not in a relationship, nobody is pricing your market. But immediately you start a relationship, all your crushes, all your specs, they will start showing up. That time, that grace will now be upon you, and you now become so attractive to the guy that we are not even approaching. I think that was her own case. When we are now dating, all these stores that can have something, they started showing up to her, and she now felt that I wasn't the best option for her.
I think it's a classic case of not knowing what you want.
Exactly. So
if she had gone into something and others are coming out, how does that work really among singles? I thought you get into a relationship because you've made up your mind. This person I will spend the rest of my life with, and now, at the point where you have proposed, and she has accepted the proposal, right? And the next thing is supposed to be, let's nail the coffin.
Exactly.
And get married. But how is that?
So I think.
Sorry. Let me just say what. PG, remember I said something about ladies not being intentional. Yeah. This is an example.
I don't think
Yes,
so.
classic. Most times, the kind of men they are looking for, when God give them the men that they actually need, is that time they will start looking for something. That intentionality is no longer there.
It's not just ladies, general.
Yes, the one that is there.
The reason why I think that happens is, when you're dating, when you feel safe as a lady, right? You are no longer anxious. You're now calm. You're not in your full feminine energy, and that attracts the opposite sex.
The same thing.
But when
that's
you're single,
grace now.
Can I give you one theory?
When you're single, right? When you're searching, that's desperation, anxiety. It drives men away. But when you have what you want and you're chilled, you then start attracting people. And I don't think there's anything wrong in.
So Zelia, when you start to then attract people, should that bring you into confusion?
That's why your values will you now be able to align with your values and what you want, your goals.
But you already have a
man. What if you now see someone that aligns more with your goal now?
You now live with
goal now.
That means you have been leading the other guy on.
There's something that is
before now. The only issue is that they weren't showing interest in you. But they've been existing before now.
But now this guy has worked on you, make you begin to shine. Then this other guy
but you can't be relaxed as well.
There's one theory again. What you have is not valuable, but the one you don't have is a lot more valuable. That plays a lot.
It came from that the principle of 80-20. You have 80%. The 20 you do not have is now what you are looking for. When you now see that 20 in another man, you now begin to chase that 20 in order to.
But I think that
you now neglect the 80 that you already have.
I think that what happens most times in relationships that I've seen, when a lady is in a relationship with a guy, right? She has more. There's more responsibility on the woman. The men are just relaxed. They don't care. In fact, some of them, yes, some of them. At least it's happened to me in some relationships I've been in before. When the guy is wooing you, he looks so good, he dresses, he pays extra attention to you, does everything right. Merely you guys start dating. You don't go on dates anymore. They probably will call you once in a while and expect you to understand, to be an understanding girlfriend. Meanwhile, all these men who are now attracted to you are giving you the attention you need. They are going the extra mile. I mean, it's just logical for someone to, pot.
So I guess the balance here, Simi, maybe I should allow Simi to say something. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just feel that this thing also applies to men too, in the sense that some ladies might stick with a man when he does not. I don't want to use what has nothing or something, but when he's like up and coming, they stick with him. They align with his goals, cook. help him with his business and everything. And then when he blows, he goes to carry somebody, maybe
BBL.
an Instagram baddie or something, or somebody else from that was not in the picture. And then they get married, and the girl was asking that, I don't understand. I thought we were on the same train together. And also, yeah, it's a individual thing. It's not just a girl or a boy.
It's not just
True.
a thing for the ladies. What Simi is saying is that it happens to guys too.
Yeah.
A lot more.
PG,
with
not
them.
a lot more. We are.
A lot
It is
more.
a lot
Uzo,
more,
Are you
actually.
joking?
It's
A lot more. With
Can
guys.
I ask you a question?
Yes.
It's just different. Let me tell you what I'm picking from this. When it happens to a guy, the guy is seen as in he now is more empowered,
Yes.
and that's why he's making that decision. When it happens to a lady, it is more from the point of view of quote and unquote, she is now more highly priced. Yeah, and
No, she doesn't know what she wants.
more guys are now.
She's not a hot cake.
You know, so that kind of thing. So that's the difference. For the guys, it comes more from them being more empowered. So for the ladies, it comes more from them being more attractive. But the only problem really is that when it happens to the ladies, the guys are more fixated on the investment they've made on the lady. When it happens to the guy, the ladies have also made some investment, but it's not all the time that the investment is maybe monetary or material.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
an
a
emotional
lot of
investment.
encouragement and all the emotional investment.
That
But
they
for
don't
the
count as
guys,
value.
It is more
Exactly.
of the practical investment. It's moolah, you know. A lot of the time they say, see how much I spent. Am I not the one that paid for the clothes you are wearing? I bought the shoe for you. I bought you a phone. Now people are just seeing you. You're looking different, and because of that, you know. So in either case, either way, it's painful.
But I
when you
think
have no
that
investment. Yeah.
I think that society is not fair when they judge cases like that, like this, when it comes to the way they judge men and the way they judge women.
Yeah. They're unfair
If a
to
guy,
women.
moves on from a lady that he probably has dated for a while, society would term the guy as someone who knows what he wants, he has gone for what he wants. But if it's a lady that's probably moved on from a guy, they would term her as disloyal. So the measuring scale is not equal.
I mean, anyhow
It's
you
not
look
true.
at it,
It is true.
it's still some bit of disloyalty on both sides. But
Yes.
Uzo, you're saying it's not true. what part of it is not true?
The part that is not true is this: as ladies, you can ask them directly. How many times have they given a guy that is up and coming chance? How
My
many
first
times?
boyfriend was earning 40,000
Everybody
naira,
has
and
their
immediately
first boyfriends are
he
always
became
like,
wealthy,
right
started
now.
chasing Lagos babes.
PG, a lot of them,
So
a lot
Yeah.
of them don't
It's a
give
matter of
this up and
perception.
coming guys that chance. Why? Because
They've
they
learned.
want their
That's
men,
why.
the kind of man they want to have a certain type of aesthetics, right? And most of this as a man in your 30s, early 30s, to have that kind of aesthetic, you need money. you need to be earning something.
Yeah.
You understand? Really good. So, but there are a lot of upcoming young men that at the moment they cannot have that type of aesthetic. They cannot drive that fine car, dress stylishly. They will not go for those men. They won't like them.
But I think you're generalizing because not all ladies that are in that bucket or in that bracket. Some ladies they look beyond the aesthetics or the materialism. They just want somebody that they can do life with. And I'm saying this to, single ladies who may be watching. It's in your best interest not to make your relationships all about what you can get. And then even when you say that, I want somebody that can take care of me, what does that mean? Or what should that mean to you? Because for you to be an adult lady who is trying to get married, the first thing that qualifies you to getting married is that you can take care of yourself. Yeah. If you can't take care of yourself, you'll be a liability on somebody else. So there's no point trying to get married then. Try to fix it and be at a level you can take care of yourself. You have to have something you're bringing to the table. Yeah?
BJ, I have a question.
You have to have something you're bringing to the table. Zelia, go ahead with
So
it.
is it wrong?
Is it wrong to
To like fine guys
like
who
fine
look
guys?
clean,
Yeah.
and maybe the person is not a millionaire or a billionaire, at least a millionaire, but not a billionaire. But it has a clear picture of where he's going. Someone I can learn from. Is that a bad thing to want?
No, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But the picture that Uzo is painting makes it look more like
already
ladies
made.
today are always looking for ready-made.
Yes.
What you are describing now is a clean guy, a nice guy,
A clean
and
guy.
a guy that is focused.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Not the guy that drive Range Rover and give up.
clean-
I mean, if it comes
Emphasis
to that,
on the clean
great.
guy. You see that word clean guy?
Clean guy.
What makes a guy clean?
should I tell you?
Yes, this
Maybe
is
she
that
need to
clean
explain
guy.
what clean guy
means.
Okay.
Because that clean
That
guy
clean
now,
guy,
there are so many
yes.
things
Clean
hiding on it.
Yes.
A clean guy.
Okay, so are you, for instance, now, are these guys clean? The guys that are.
PG. That's it.
Rate. These are rate cards.
Let's
Hear you. Let's hear you.
Okay, to my star, I'm great. I'm very honest. I will answer. I won't anybody answer. Okay, I don't think to my standard they're just like Uzoma. Uzoma is like a chick to me. He's not.
Okay.
He's like my sister.
I didn't know. That means you didn't rate him at all.
Maybe like a 2.
Please don't say my own in public.
But in all honesty,
Okay, let me hear my
in all
own.
honesty, for me, my
Yeah.
definition of who a clean guy is. So I'm a very smart
I am
lady,
not
right?
a definition.
Calm down.
You say you don't want to hear now.
I'm very smart. At least I'm not a child anymore.
Okay.
Maybe at 25, my definition of who a clean guy is would have been different from what I know now. I think now my understanding of the kind of person I want to be with is very, different. Maybe that's another reason why I'm single. I don't know. But a clean guy for me is someone who has his own, understands, he has a vision. He understands,
What is that has
he's
He
making
has his
money. I
act
don't
together.
want
He has his
English.
money.
Because I have my money, yeah. So it should be someone that makes money,
Yeah,
can make money,
and that's
has
not
a
bad.
yeah, has a clear understanding of where he's going. He loves God. It may not be a spiritual, but he has a relationship with God.
Okay.
And then he cleans up. He looks nice. He has a nice fashion sense. He has
That's
steez.
Yeah.
Right? He speaks
Full
well.
composure.
He's tall because I know myself. I like a guy that's taller than me because I have to consider my children as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that, yes.
So, but if somebody now comes and it's just like Uzo, it's not so tall.
There's
what
problem
does that
there.
mean? There's problem
You see
there.
where the problem is.
So yeah, we can see where the problem is because the number of people in this world that are tall are even limited.
Yes.
So your options are already limited by the number of the tall people that are still available in the
So
world.
we that are not tall like that is now a problem. No, we that are not tall is now a problem. It's our fault
No,
that
Martin,
we are.
don't take it too personal. we know that you are not that tall, but at least you are tall enough to for the fulfillment of your destiny.
5.8 points.
No,
5.
5'8" is not bad. Now I'm
Short.
5'4". So
Eh,
you're
so-
see the difference.
So you're not still rating me high.
No, you're not high there.
I am looking up to me. When we start, you look up to me without
When
me.
she was at you, you're already looking at you.
No, it's paining me. PG, it's paining me. I work so hard.
It's okay, Martin. Such is life.
Okay.
But you need to understand something. What we're saying right now is very important because this is part of the reason why a lot of people are still single. We have to be able to prioritize, based on essentials and important things. I mean, and I'm saying it to you guys and singles out there. Zelia, has the right to have specs.
Thank you,
understand what I'm
PG.
saying? But Zelia, don't take it too far. Because if you don't want to be single for a long time to come, you have to ask yourself sometimes to say, look, this issue of height or composure or demeanor, how important it is in the real marriage.
Yeah.
Because people will tell you that I will see for my peace of mind, take demure, take steez. I just want a man that will give me peace of mind. Because you see somebody with full composure, but it's a slapper.
PG, those men with peace
Go
of mind,
for
there
me.
are plenty. They are everywhere.
It's just like they don't look like it.
Yes.
So they should clean
when-
up now.
No, but you see, Zelia, that's where the issue is. when you know what is important,
Yes.
then you know what you need to work on with the person. So somebody comes now, may not have all the steals that you think, as into a level, but you see that this guy is very caring, very focused. He respects you and all that. It comes with peace and love. You now say, look, this is more important. You see the steals and the composure.
You just described me now.
We're going to add that to it as we go. You understand? And and if I'll say that to you guys too, the important thing is that when you meet a lady like Zelia or Simi, and they seem like they're looking for what you don't have, why don't you keep front loading what you have? Because when you see, there's a way we market ourselves. Sometimes that it's like we shot ourselves in the foot because we're trying to meet up with certain things that are not really us. So rather than you just be yourself, I'm a loving person, I'm funny, I know how to respond to your need, I can anticipate your need, I may not have steals, at a certain level. I may not even have money at a certain level. See, what's the point in somebody's loaded, has a lot of millions in their account, but at the same time, it's not caring. Yeah, and it thinks everything's about money. Yeah. Some ladies will fall for that kind of guy, but I'm saying that I may not have a lot of money, but I'm extremely caring with the little that I have, and I'm front-loading this sense of, care and respect and honor. A responsible and reasonable lady should see that and say, look, that's steeze and composure and all that. As we go, that's now my assignment to help this person understand why they need to clean up, why they need to, focus more on this other area, without nagging, without knowing that I've seen what I want, and these things are more important to me than certain things. So I just feel that in engaging your readiness for marriage, you need to be able to say, do I really know what I want? What is important? And then when you now say, confront yourself with what you want, then ask yourself, in real life, are my preferences real issues?
Yeah.
Because there's one thing about what I want. There's another thing about what works. You get what I'm saying? They may not be the same. But I need to start from confronting myself. What do I want? Then I know it. Then I now say, in real life, as it should work, are these the things that I should want? Or that are my wants according to priority? Because self-leadership, being intentional, is when you don't stay with the facts. You want to know the truth, because truth is superior to fact. Facts are subject to change. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So that's very important.
I have a question for clarification.
Yes.
So what I used to do before as a guy, like when I began to know myself more, then there's something I do a lot. If I meet a lady for the first time and I know you, like I try to know you and I give you time to also know me, within a short period of time, you would have had an idea of the kind of person I am. If after showing you the type of person I am and still you're still not sure or you're not ready, should I walk away? Like what I normally do is, if I see that you're not reciprocating, most times I just go, this one is not working. Like, should we is it a good thing to do? If you show a lady who you are, like your personality, this is who I am, these are my goals, this is what I'm working towards, and it looks like she's not seeing it, or she's not in that space, do you walk away or you keep trying to wait and see if you keep investing your time, your energy?
My advice for you is that you manage your investment, but don't cut off. Especially if you have a bit of conviction around this person. We have to be able to meet somewhere. But if I do touch and go based on initial reaction, sometimes what people call, love at first sight is not as real. It's more of attraction at first sight. You understand what I'm saying? The real love comes as we know each other. but we can feel attraction at first sight. And that attraction can diminish as we know each other. Let me give you an example. A guy once walked up to me many years ago, in a church environment and said, oh, PG, I've seen a lady I want to marry, da, 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 da. And I'm saying, do you really know her? Can we find out more? Right? And she said, he's saying, no, PG, I think I love this girl. Oh, this is that, that, that. A couple of weeks down the line, we were at an event, and the lady was supposed to come, but she didn't come. And then her parents live outside of the city, outside of Lagos, in the interlands. They sent like a cousin to meet her there, and they sent a letter. So the lady didn't come. The guy brought a note, met one of the friends, and the friend knew that, this guy has become so close to this girl, they're almost dating. You understand? So the guy came and said, take this letter and give. This guy came and is looking for this person. I know you know this person. Yeah. He made the mistake of his life, which was that he opened the letter. And when he saw the billing, and then what the parents sent to this lady,
Jesus.
Her brother's school fees, their roof was leaking at home, all kinds of things. Somebody was in the hospital, the way they were billing her. By the time I saw him next, all the love had gone. Because he internalized it wrongly. He said, all these things are going to come on me.
Yes.
So obviously, what he thought he was feeling was not real. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's important that you don't just run away. Get to know people, give them the opportunity of also knowing you a bit more. You get what I'm saying? And as that happens, then manage your investment. When it looks like the coast is not clear. You understand?
Yes,
it's common sense and wisdom that you don't keep throwing. And then what are the things that you can do for anybody? Can you add a little to that? We care about people generally. So I'm trying to get close to somebody. I had a little to that. So a little more care. But you can buy drinks for almost anybody, quote and unquote. So if you buy coffee or buy drink for, we go on a date, pay for the food. That's what you can do. But there's a certain level of investment that you have to then start to pull back on in terms of time and resources if you know that the coast is not clear. So that at the end of the day, you see, when some people break a relationship, it takes them a long time to be revived. It's like they are fainted emotionally, and it's because of the level of investment. Yeah. When you've started managing your expectation and managing your investment, if eventually it doesn't work out, the lady decides to take a walk or whatever, it's easy for you to move on. It is when you are investing, like you found, your life partner, but there's no commitment
from the other person.
And the person then walks away. It's more heartbreaking. Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Okay, that will be the last one for this. Yeah.
So before I ask my question, there was something you mentioned about investing in a lady, getting taking time to know the lady and allowing her to know you. One thing I've found out about guys that are good guys is when they meet a lady for the first time, they overshare. So I've met a guy once that the first day we started talking, he put me on a video call without telling me with his family, and I was like, oh, Jesus, what's going on here? That kind of scared me. Immediately that happened, everything he said, he sounded like a nice person, right? But everything he said started scaring me, and I ran away. So a lot of times, what you think you are, or rather, how you think you, open yourself up for a lady to know you, sometimes is the guy oversharing, and that in itself chases women away. But my question for PG is this. I remember you talked about what's asking yourself as a single person, what the real values are for you. So for someone who is single, who like me, that doesn't know how to date or what to even expect in a relationship, what are the things that should be the main things that, or rather arsenals that one should gather while they're dating that will prepare them for marriage? What should I, when I meet a guy, what are the things that I should, the value system I should look, the main ones, the ones that are important, not, even though tall is important, I think, but but if we're going to put that on our side, what are the key things that we should be looking out for?
Just because of time, I'll say that we can't exhaust it, but I'll mention a few. Key things. One is this the kind of person that I can build friendship with? Can this person really be my friend? Okay. That's one. Two is, do our values align? Value alignment is very, very important. Conflicts are minimized when there's value alignment. The moment our values don't align, and I'm listing my values and they are not aligning with this person, it's conflict. No relationship can survive like that. Yeah. So whether it's your faith-based values, whether it's values from your own family of origin, you understand? Some people are brought up with value for honesty, for instance, fidelity, respect, mutual respect. If you're dating somebody, the person is talking to you anyhow, no respect, but you are brought up with respect. Your family of origin, you've been treated with care, you have your self-esteem intact, and somebody is coming to steal it or destroy your sense of esteem, the relationship can't work. So you need to be able to say, do we have value alignment? Can we be friends? In terms of your faith, can two work together except they agree? Can the things I value, spirituality, love and care for people, does this person value the same thing? I can go on and on. Industry, how industrious is this person? Is the person waiting for me to come and sponsor their lifestyle? Well, they just watch things happen while I'm trying to make things happen. And all these things are things you can notice while you're dating. So those are the things. When we take it to only physical elements, like tall, dark, and handsome, or Instagram body or something like that, just Lagos big girl. If that's all you're looking at, issues of complexion, body shape, all those kind of things, and what you guys now call steez, composure, and all that. If you limit it to that, that is packaging, and it's different from content. We have to make it more about the issues of content. Packaging is good, but packaging with empty content can be extremely frustrating in marriage. There's no sustainability when it comes to marriage. Those things are only good for business, for advertising, and all that. But when you talk about a lifelong journey, then it's the real person that you want to deal with, and it's important that you prioritize that. All right. So
thank you, PJ.
Thank you, PJ.
It's been great chatting with you all. I hope we can, do more of this, and I'm sure you've learned one or two things, and I'm sure even the people that are watching the podcast have learned a lot. So thank you for being a part of this. Love Solid will continue the teaching series, and we hope to be able to still dissect one or two more issues as we go within the series. Thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, PJ.